Back here with a Singularity Net update. All right, the other day we called for a breakout higher here. We've gotten it. Okay, it has peaked up here. Went a little bit shy of what we were shooting for, 22. Okay, at 22.3. All right, you can see this run up here. Look at this massive volume coming in on the 4 hour down there, all that green. All right, if we go out in the daily, yeah, look at the nice volume coming in here. 13.3 million. 15.04 million, 8 million, 5.5 million, 6.5 million, and 7 million. So quite a lot of buying coming in. Look at these nice green candles coming up here, looking good. All right, obviously we had a resistance area here that this is broken out of. You can take it a couple ways here. Probably right down through there. It doesn't matter. The thing's broken out here. Now let's take a look at a couple things. Is this thing going to go higher, or where are we at here? All right, if we take a Fibonacci and put on here, all right, we're just about past the 50% area. Looking for that 618 to 702. All right up at 23 to 24.4, right around there. Then this thing's got a big decision to make. All right, either we're going to come up to this area, and roll over. If we break through this 786 up here, right at 25.5 cents roughly. If we break through that, this thing is really going to go flying. All right, that's a very crucial area. The 786, you get through that, and things can really get exciting. Just to give you an idea, look what Bitcoin dominance did here when it broke through the 786. See how it hit the 702, got rejected a little bit. Now look at it. It's flying. Hit the first target up here at 54.2, and now it's breaking up through that. Next one's up there at 57. So Bitcoin dominance is really ripping. Bitcoin itself, it made it through that 786. I'm going to show you right here. You would add a Fibonacci here. All right, the target's up around 36. Let me see here. We're just trying to see which my normal Bitcoin there. Okay, we're using that one there. All right, this 36,000 area. This is a major crucial area for Bitcoin. I'm going to show you this. If you go out on the weekly, all right, the 36,000 right back here was a close. All right, that if it can break up through there, let me get this off here so you can see it a little bit better. All right, let's zoom in a little bit. All right up here, actually this one's at 38, but 36, right there is a very crucial area. See where this candle closed right here? All right, now if this was working on just to give you an idea, way up there would be, this would be wave 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to see us take this out, okay? Or it's going to get rejected here. I don't believe this is coming down for wave 5 though. One of the biggest reasons is if we go over to ETH did the same exact thing in the last bull run. All right, I'm going to show you this here. It's easier to see on log. All right, see how Ethereum did a 1, 2, 3. It came right back up to this level here where one closed. Boom, got rejected. This definitely looked like a fifth wave down. Everybody that was charting this thing absolutely was thinking of fifth wave down. All right, the thing ended up, pulling down here, not as deep there, but then COVID was right here, went sideways and then busted out for the bull run. Right here, this bull run, it's done the same thing. It's came back up to the close of wave 1, right to there, got rejected. Normally you would have a wave 5 down. Looks like this thing is probably gonna go sideways a little bit, maybe pull down a hair, go sideways, and then the bull run. All right, but it looks like it absolutely is anybody at charts would say, oh boy, here we go. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes a fifth wave down. Everybody was counting on that, tricked them out. Looks like this ETH is going to do the same exact thing it did last time. Price action repeats itself a lot, guys. Fractals, you can take fractals and move them to prior price areas, and it's amazing how they line up. Blockchain backer, I watched him for a very, very long time when I first got into crypto, and That guy's very good with fractals, you know, moving past price action, and it's amazing. He's very, very good with that. All right, so anyway, you can see Bitcoin's doing very well. Bitcoin dominance, if we could just get that thing to start falling, these altcoins would really start ripping. You know, look what these have done on the week. Look at these numbers. This is the top 100. All right, look at this. Look at Pepe up 87% for the week. Link 51. Rune, and this is with Bitcoin dominance rising. Imagine if it was falling, what these numbers would be. You know, you'd see double or triple this on here. I guarantee you would. You know, it'd be it's almost like an alt season here starting or something. So we'll see what happens here. But all right, Singularity Net. Let's get back in here. All right, we hit that first resistance at 22.3. All right, now on the weekly, this RSI is still heading up. All right, still got a long ways to go, I believe. It's still way down here to 49. It's halfway down here on the bottom. It's at a 50 up here. It's halfway on the weekly. I believe we should have a pretty nice run coming out of this thing. The daily's at the top here. You can see it's at 100 and 100. Pretty high down here. I believe we're going to have a correction here. The 12 is correcting 83 and an 87. And you can also see this high here, if you match it up with my dotted line coming up here, we had a higher high on price. We had a lower high on the RSI. That's bearish. All right. Even on the 4-hour, same thing happened. You had a higher high on price right here, right over here. Then you had a lower high on the RSI. You had this here, then you had a higher high right there. Let me zoom in so you can see a little bit better. There you go. All right, bearish divergence here. All right, right here. This was coming down, and price action was going up. All right, that's bearish divergence. So expect a correction here. How deep's it going to come? We're going to have to check this out here. But you can see the 4 rolling over, the 8's rolling over. The 12 will be rolling over here, and the daily's right at the top, but that weekly is still heading up. All right, so expecting a pullback to where? All right, now let's take a look here. Let's get everything off here. This first run up. All right, let's put a fib on there. All right, that would be the wave that we're working on here. All right, 618 pullback would be down to 19 cents. Does that line up anywhere? Lines up with pretty decent support. All right, and the way I'm putting this is this looks like a 1-2. This looks like possibly a wave 3 coming up. You know, this wave 2 wasn't very complex. If it's not, then a wave 4 is gonna be. All right, so could we get a pull down to 19.3? You know, possibly even a 702 here. You know, we can see this happen, pull back down, and then a shoot up for a 5th wave up. All right, now possible areas, I'm just winging this here, the way to measure for a 5th wave, you know, if we get that pull back down, you know, to that 18, 19 cent area, you'll be looking at about 24 cent target for a wave 5. You know, possibly even higher. You can see the targets up here for it. You know, that's how you measure for a 5th wave. It works great. You know, over here, we'll go right back, but I want to show you because I use this all the time. It's my charting. I've used it for years. Learned this a long time ago. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4. This is Caspa. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The way you measure for that 5th wave, take your Fibonacci. And if you have my trading lessons, that's a level 3 membership. I teach all this in there. There's your target at 0.054, went up to 0.0541, almost hit it, but that's how you measure for a 5th wave. And you can count them out right there, crystal clear. Wave 2 wasn't very complex at all. Wave 4 pulled back pretty decent, then your 5th wave up. All right, so that's how that worked. Now, this one here ended up pulling back. Let's take a look. All right, if we were measuring this down from the beginning of this wave, roughly somewhere around there, I guess. This pulled back to 50%, almost a 6, well, nope, that was afterwards. Pulled down to 50% pullback here, then it had a push up. So if AGIX does a 50% pullback, roughly, it doesn't have to come down to the 618 or 702. All right, let's take a look. Let me get that off there. The 4 hour. You can see the waves better on a 4 hour. This looks like a 1, 2, looks like a wave 3 working. If we get a 50% pullback, say we go from right there. That would put us right down, right around 20 cents. So that could very well happen too. But I'm expecting a pullback for sure. All right, like I said, these RSIs are the 4's rolling over, the 8 is right at the very top, way overbought down here. Look how high it is. The 12, very high bearish divergence there on that 12, and that daily is up there pretty high. Now the weekly is just heading up, and the monthly is trying to curve back up to the 28 and a 30. That thing is just about ready to cross over and head up. I believe this thing is going to cross over here and start working its way up. All right, I believe this thing is far from over yet, in my opinion. All right, not financial advice. Okay, but if we go out here on this thing, you would be a normal retracement here. Okay, from the top, the all-time high over here at is it 67 cents? Yeah, we come down here. A normal retracement, this thing should make it back up to at least 41 cents. Just 50, right through this area right here would be a normal retracement area, right through here. All right, so in the long run, this could take a month, 2 months. I have no idea how long it'll take to play out. Time is the hardest thing to judge here, okay? But overall, especially with that weekly heading up, all right, then let's see what the weekly has done in the past here. All right, let's wipe off everything here. Let's wipe this clean. All right, you can see this is the weekly RSI. All right, when it's headed up, we've had this big push here. We had this push here from 3 cents up to 12. It did a 4x. This one here went from roughly 8 cents to 19. It did over 100%. And so far this one is we've gone from roughly 16 up to 22. So it's only come up. Where are we at here? Roughly 35%. And these past ones have been pretty massive. All right, this one was it was about a 14x. All right, this one here, the one before that ended up being, it ran up to there, almost a 3x. And then you had this one here that ran up 142%, a 1.5x. All right, so you should be looking for at least, the 1.5 to, this one did a 14x, this one did a 3x, this one did almost a 2x. We should be looking for at least, let's see here, say this thing does, even 100. Where would we be looking for a retracement? Let's look at this. All right, you're going to get a push out of this weekly, okay? If we hit our target back up here, a retracement, what would that be as far as a push? 200%. That's nothing, compared to what we've done back here with the weekly. All right, I would imagine, we would get at least a 2x out of this, especially with the monthly starting to turn back up. So we'll keep an eye on this, guys. Nothing is guaranteed, obviously. All right, we got a breakout here. That is for sure. If you take this down through here, and line this up, we had a breakout of resistance here. That ain't exactly where it should be, but if you get in here, actually a breakout probably happened back here. broke out. Then you had your retest right here, and now it's starting up. All right, that's why you never buy big green candles. Always wait for a pullback. This thing broke out here, came back, retested, and now it's just starting its rally. All right, I'm expecting, like I said, I'd be expecting a little bit of a pullback here, possibly right down to this area. That looks like a pretty good spot, actually. Right through here. That's a good spot there, support, and right through here. Okay, you got very, very good support up here at right around 20 cents. So that could be the pullback area. All right, that we're looking for. If we go out in a 4 hour, if we pull back to that 20 cents, we're just trying to line stuff up here and see if this all makes sense or not. All right, yeah, that would give us a little bit over a 50% retracement. So, yeah, that's what I'd be watching for. You can see the big red here. People seen that bearish divergence on the 4 hour, and they seen all these RSIs topped out. So all the guys that chart out there, they're definitely expecting a pullback here. Okay, and then a fifth wave up. Okay, you'll see after this thing gets down to the 50% or something, you'll probably see buy volume starting to kick back up. And then people are looking for that push up here. And if this is 5 waves up, then you'll have that daily correct and everything, and this will all end up being just a big 1, 2, and then your 3 wave, you'd be starting a bigger move up. So it just takes time, really does. We're not going to run up there just in a couple days. That's not going to happen. All right, but we got the first breakout here. We're working our way up. It's about time this thing started moving. It's just been a downtrend for a long time. I know it's hard to believe when something finally does break out. It's hard to believe it's going to do anything. I know, guys. I've been in this stuff for years now. All right, absolutely. It gets super frustrating. You don't even believe that the things broke out. You're like, oh, it's going to roll right over. But I'm telling you, keep an eye on this. All right, guys, thanks a lot. I will be back with you very soon. Right now, the crypto market looks great, though. Bitcoin's up $800 today, looking good. We need Bitcoin dominance to start dropping now. Bitcoin's sucking up a lot of the money right now. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.